Then I thought, when I look in this mirror, who do I see? You might start nitpicking. Look at this acne. And then you can look in the mirror and say, I see a really kind person. My heart shine through. I feel like I sound so cliche. Hear me out. Hello guys, it's your girl Aya and I'm back for another video. This is so exciting because I have been engaged for a little bit and I deeply, sincerely apologize for that. I have been having some laptop issues and it's just been a lot. So the good thing is, if I'm posting this video, either I was able to suffer enough and somehow figure something out and post something on my laptop, or it means that I got a new laptop. Either way, it means that I'm back and better than ever and I'm back in business with videos, and that's really all that matters. So I'm very excited to be back. I just had to announce that. I am going to teach you guys a method that I can almost guarantee that you've never heard before. I can almost guarantee it. But keyword is almost, okay? I'm going to teach you guys the main way I was able to become confident. I did mainly 2 methods, but I'm going to speak about both of them. But mainly I'm going to speak about this method, and I really hope that it could help you guys as well. So let's get straight into it. You guys know I don't like to waste any time. So what is confidence? Google says it's a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities, which sounds about right. Just so you guys know, self-confidence is the type of confidence I'm referring to in this video, and that is pretty much the definition for self-confidence. So today, I'm going to be sharing a method with you guys that really helped me gain confidence in myself, and I've never ever seen anybody talk about this method. And there's no name to this method. This is just something that I discovered in myself, and maybe there's a name to it, but if so, I haven't found it or discovered it because I haven't seen anybody else talk about it. It might not even be a method, but that's just what we're gonna call it in this video. I wanna start by saying I know what it's like to struggle with self-confidence. You might not be able to tell now. I mean, I've always had a bubbly personality, but you may not be able to tell now just because of how I act or how I carry myself or stuff like that. But there's definitely a time in my life where confidence couldn't even be a word for me. I would walk with my head down, like I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to be invisible. Well, I felt invisible, and then I wanted to be invisible. I didn't want to be seen because I just felt so ugly. We don't really need to deep dive into that, but my point is I really do know what it's like to not feel pretty. And with today's day and age and society and social media, it can be really hard to feel pretty, especially when there's so many people to compare yourself to. But just because somebody else is pretty does not mean that you're not. Just want to state that, even though that's not. I just want to state that. I just want to state that just because somebody's good or pretty or whatever does not mean that you are not in comparison. And you know, I would hear a lot of people tell me, just fake it till you make it. Or, girl, you're so pretty, like, come on now. And when you don't feel pretty or you feel ugly or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter how many people tell you you're pretty. Like, thousands of people could tell you you're pretty and it's just in one ear and out the other. It doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. You won't feel pretty, beautiful, cute, handsome until you feel it yourself inside. And it took a while for that. It really, there were plenty of people that told me I was pretty, but so what? It was just words for me. But you know, it was crazy because as people in general, I feel like we'll hear a comment that's good and it goes in one ear, out through the other, and then we hear a comment that's bad and then it just kind of like strikes us to the heart sometimes, which is crazy. But you might be told you're beautiful and it's like, oh, thank you. But then you're told you're ugly and it's like, cuts deeper, you know what I'm saying? So when you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, you might start nitpicking. Like, ew, look at this acne. My pores are so big. My skin is bad. You just start picking at different parts of yourself, which is not going to do any positive thing for you, but it's not like you're doing this on purpose. You just can't help it. You look in the mirror and you don't like what you see. So then one day I thought to myself, what do I see that I like? My eyes? That's about it. Then I thought, when I look in this mirror, who do I see? I see a kind, caring person. Who do you see? Maybe you see a loving person. Maybe you see a loving person who has a wonderful sense of humor. Or someone who's hilarious. Now maybe just yet you can't think of any positive qualities about yourself. But just try. Even if you can find one thing, just think really quick. Even if you can find one thing, that is totally fine. But it really helps if you just have somewhere to start. Maybe you see someone who has a great sense of style. Maybe you see someone who is very good at drawing, they're very artistic. Maybe you see someone who's good at video games. It doesn't have to just be, you know, traits. It can be just things you're good at as well. Just one thing that's good about you as a person. And if you can't find one thing, then it might be time to start making some changes, which is what this method is all about. Now, maybe you guys can tell where this video is leading, maybe not. I don't know. I actually don't know where this is leading because I have no more notes. So this is all just off the brain, so forgive me if it becomes a little scrambled. From that day on, I decided to look in the mirror and say, when I look in the mirror, I see a kind, loving person who would go out their way for anyone, because that's who I am. And thinking that made me feel so much better when I looked in the mirror. Wow, I feel like why am I getting emotional? It made me just feel so much better. I'm not looking at these physical characteristics, I'm looking at who I am as a person. So every day I would, you know, just think of who I am as a person. That's who I'm looking at. Who I am. It doesn't matter if these people think that I'm ugly or that my teeth are crooked, or if I think that. Even if it's true, even if my teeth are crooked, who cares? What makes us so great about humans, like us as people, sorry, I know I keep saying humans, but people, what makes us so great is that we're different. So many of us are trying to fit this standard or be this type of person or look like this type of person. But what makes us so great as a people is that we're different. Imagine if we all looked the same and we were just some blob. Just blobs walking around. Imagine if we were just gray blobs walking around. Okay, actually that just made me think about this episode of The Fairly Odd Parents where they were all the same. I don't know, Timmy Turner probably wished that they were all the same. But they were all the same, like they looked all the same and it was really boring. We think, you know, sometimes it would be so much better to fit in. But you are meant to stand out. Like what makes you you is that you're different and you're special and you're unique. Whatever makes you that is special. And if there are things you really don't like, then you can change them. Even though I know all of you are special and there's at least one thing that is great about you that you can find to look, if you truly cannot find anything, I know what it is like to be like in that place and just feel like there's no hope and nothing is going to change, and just, you know, feel the lack of confidence and feel like you're never gonna feel good about who you are. But that can change, but it takes time. And if you have to start with baby steps, you have to start with that. And there is nothing wrong with starting small. You don't have to jump over a lake, you know? You can take little baby strokes, you know? Baby steps, really. So, you can't find a good quality about yourself. What is something that you want to be? Maybe you were mean the other day and you want to be nice. Bring that into your everyday life. Maybe give somebody a compliment. You know what it's like when you get a compliment. It just brightens your day. Oh, somebody said they like my hair today. Somebody said they like my outfit. It's just this good feeling. Like, you know, it feels nice. Just little things of niceness that you can do if you want to be nicer. You can give somebody a compliment. You can check in on a friend. You can give little gifts. You can give people daily motivation. I mean, there's so many little things that you can do that are nice. You could tell somebody how much you appreciate them. Just little things that you can do every day, and then you can look in the mirror and say, I see a really nice person. I see a really kind person. So I want to say, like, when I say, like, I look in the mirror and I saw this loving, kind, caring person, I kind of feel like that's what's in my heart, you know? So I like to think of it like my heart shined through. I feel like I sound so cliche. Hear me out. Hear me out. I feel like my heart, like when I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself, it's like my heart shined through. Who I am as a person just shined through for me. And who I am as a person was so bright that I'm like, how could I not like looking at this person? Like me, yourself. How can I not like looking at such a kind, caring person? Someone so loving and happy and bubbly and just great, you know? At that time, I didn't feel so great as a person, so that took time. But the qualities that I had, like caring and kind and stuff, it made me feel like my heart shined through. So what do you feel like you have in your heart? You know, what makes you happy? What does it take to bring that out? I know you might be watching this video like, geez, I came here for confidence, but you're going pretty deep or whatever. But I'm going deep because if you don't need it, then you don't need it. But there are people out there who this will help, who are in that place, because I've been there before, so I know what it's like. I'm trying to make this video for everyone that needs it. So I gave niceness as an example, if that was something you wanted to change. Now maybe you feel like you're not good at anything. I just want to say, like, I know this might sound a little cuckoo or beyond popular belief. You can do something and not be good at it and have fun. Like, you can draw and it look like a bunch of stick figures and you just enjoy the act of drawing. And over time, the more you draw, you're bound to become better. You can look at tutorials, step-by-step pictures. Like, it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to be good at something to enjoy the act of it. But regardless of that, you don't feel good at anything. So how do we change that? Find something that your heart desires, something that makes you feel good, that you want to be good at, whether that be drawing, singing. I would say visualize yourself doing that, and if it makes you feel happy or it makes you feel like if you long for that, if that's something you want, then that confirms that. But you probably knew that already. So after that, I would say go on YouTube and watch people doing those things. When I tell you, it's so inspiring, because to see somebody do something you want to do, that means it is accomplishable. I do not care what anybody in this world says. If somebody is doing it, it is possible. And guess what? Even if somebody is not doing it, there's a first time for everything. So I want to make that very clear. I do not care if nobody is doing that thing you want to do now, or if somebody's telling you that you can't do that thing. It is possible. If you can think of it, it can happen. Wow, this just became like a motivational thing. I'm telling you, this all ties into your confidence. I'm just giving an example as to like what you can tie into yourself. Basically, this method is kind of like tying your self-worth into your self-confidence, because they really are hand in hand. When you realize how worthy and how beautiful you are, then the confidence kind of starts coming along with it. Usually if you are not self-confident, or if you have low self-esteem, you don't feel that worthy as a person, whether you realize it or not. Usually those two tie into each other. I really just want to emphasize that things like this do take time, but the time is worth it when you get to that place that you finally feel good about yourself. You don't have to start doing this and feel great about yourself tomorrow. And if you did, it probably wouldn't feel real. As weird as that sounds. Like, I know we want things so immediately, especially nowadays, because we can get so many things immediately, information, pictures, whatever. But the things that take longer are always more worthwhile. They always feel better when we get there and accomplish this. So please do not beat yourself up if you are not feeling like a supermodel tomorrow. And you know, the thing is, even when you do reach that point, you might not feel like a supermodel every day. And that's okay, but as long as you still feel self-worthy, that's all that matters. So overall, I just want to run through everything we went through and just make sure you understand this method. This method is for you to start loving yourself as a person and find good traits and qualities about yourself so that you can see that when you look at yourself. When I look at this person, it's a loving girl. That's a sweet girl right there. When I look at this dude, he's nice, he's kind. You don't gotta go, I don't like this, I don't like this. And I know it is so much easier said than done. I wanna be clear, I recognize that. I don't wanna like make it seem like these things are easy, because I know they're not. I know they're not, and that's why I'm here sharing this with you, because I know it's not easy. I'm hoping that this method could really help you build your self-confidence and maybe even help you more than other methods. Continue going over what we were saying. This is really supposed to help you feel good about yourself, love yourself, because when you love yourself, then that confidence comes along. The things that bother you on your face or your body, they don't necessarily have to make you ugly. And you know, regardless, this is so important. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, I might think I'm beautiful, but there are people out there that are gonna be like, and that's okay, because I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me. It doesn't matter what other people think. The only thing that matters is what you think and how you feel. That's literally the only thing that matters, and I want you to know that. And don't try to reach these unattainable standards that don't even exist, of these people who seem like they look like this all the time. They don't look at this all the time. You see all this stuff about social media, it's fake. I mean, most people aren't posting their bad moments, you know? So just remember that. You truly, I know at heart that you are truly a good person and you're special. I want you to know how special you are. There is nobody in this world like you, and that is what makes you special. I mean, there's a lot of other things that make you special too, but the fact that there's nobody else out there like you is what makes you special. So, when you look in the mirror, know that there's nobody else like you. You can't get more special than that. So stop picking at the acne, at the hair. You can work towards better skin and hair. You could get braces, you could get retainers, you can get Invisalign, things like that. Don't worry about that. Those things can be fixed. I just want you to know, I believe in you. I know you can do it. Every day, find something that you like about yourself and say, that's who you are when you look in the mirror. I'm beautiful because I'm kind. I'm handsome because I'm considerate. Whatever you want to say. And if you can't quite find those qualities yet, then that's fine. You have to bring those qualities to the light every day, or when you can, when you have it in you, bring that niceness out. Bring that kindness out. Do something nice for others. Whatever you think you're lacking, let's start packing. Okay, no. Okay, I couldn't miss the opportunity to say that. Seriously. Whatever you think you're lacking, we just take baby steps to start incorporating that in your life. And if you think you're ready to take more than baby steps, forget the baby steps. Let's take adult steps. You take steps my size. I wear like a size 3. Y'all aren't gonna believe me, but I wear size 3. Yeah, you can take size 3 steps. As long as you know you're trying, that's all you can do. Don't beat yourself up for not being where you want to be. Trying is truly enough. I believe in you, and I know you can get where you want. And I hope you know how special you are. If you have any questions, any comments, let your girl know, because I want to know what you guys think of this method, because I've never shared it to anybody before. Never, I don't think. I hope it's helpful because it helped me out so much. And I love you guys. If you watch this far in the video, I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you like this, subscribe for more. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.